One of the biggest pre-draft events is going on this week as the Senior Bowl brings top prospects to Mobile, Alabama for the game this weekend. And you'll be hearing some of the names at the Senior Bowl called early during the NFL draft. This happens every year. But last year, we had 7 first-round picks that participated in the Senior Bowl, with the highest drafted player, Jets offensive tackle Armand Membu, going 7th overall. The Seahawks took Gray Zabel in the first round after he went to the Senior Bowl, and he'll be the starting left guard in the Super Bowl. So you just never know how this whole thing's going to go. Field Yates should be in the warmth here with us inside the studio, but instead you're out there at the Senior Bowl. And Field, we're glad to have you on the show here. Now, you've just been watching the first practice of the day. What stood out from that one? What did you see that you really liked?
Yeah, Laura, missed being around with my Wednesday crew there at NFL Live, but great to be here in Mobile, Alabama. And it was a defensive dominance during the first practice for the American team earlier on today. Jacob Rodriguez, the linebacker from Texas Tech, who anybody who follows college football knows he was one of the most disruptive players in all of college football this past season, looked exactly the part here today. He had a pair of forced fumbles. He had an interception during an 11-on-11 drills. And throughout my time coming to the Senior Bowl, Laura, either in my time during scouting and also here at ESPN, it's always felt like the intensity on both sides of the ball has been relatively close to even. Today, the defense was not just a better performing team, but just a much more spirited group. The edge rushers, probably the best position group that we have across the board here at the Senior Bowl. They have been dominant through 2 defensive practices for the American team so far, Laura.
All right, so we'll see what happens in this next practice, which you can see, by the way, on ESPNU at 5 Eastern. Field, what are you looking forward to in that one? Who should we be keeping our eye on there?
Yeah, probably the headlining quarterback in this group here, Laura, is Garrett Nussmeier from LSU, who, of course, had an uneven finish to his college career. A lot of hope and expectation. Could this be a first-round quarterback? Instead, as you know well, Laura, he was benched late in the season for LSU. As we know with Garrett, this is a player who's not this overly athletic quarterback. When he has time and space, though, he's a very gifted, adept anticipation thrower. If the offensive line during this practice holds up like the offensive line did in the practice just prior to this, Laura, it is not going to be a day where Garrett Nussmeier has the opportunity to operate well from the pocket. But in this draft, the great mystery, of course, is we know Fernando Mendoza is going to go quarterback 1. Ty Simpson from Alabama, well positioned to be quarterback 2. Who is going to be quarterback 3, Laura, and how high will that player be drafted? Could it be somewhere on day 2? Might he have to wait until day 3? This week, for guys like Garrett Nussmeier, is going to influence that race for that 3rd quarterback taken.
Yeah, Field, you illustrated so well some of the things we know about Nussmeier's game. And when he came back to LSU this year, his goal was to win a championship. That, of course, didn't happen. He dealt with a bunch of injuries this year, as you know, as well. So I'm sure he's got a lot to prove out there. Remember, you can watch this next practice, 5 Eastern on ESPNU. Thanks so much, Field Yates, for joining us here. Hey.
You want this, you got that. No way, watch them all.